from SVL Free News and Views for Monday, September the 10th. We're down here at Pecan Park in beautiful downtown Statesville. I want to thank all of our sponsors: Mitchell College, Randy Marion, Piedmont Healthcare, Blue Harbor Bank, Fast Fill's Key to Escape, The Escape Room, Statesville Family YMCA, and Crossroads Cycling. Speaking of Statesville Family YMCA, I want to do a kind of a personal privilege point here and wish my fiancee Gina Beckham a happy birthday. So if you go by the Statesville Family YMCA this afternoon, see her and wish her a very, very happy birthday. Also coming up this week in downtown Statesville is the Full Bloom Film Festival. Go out to fullbloomfilmfestival.com and get your tickets. Starts on Thursday. It's Friday and Saturday, and it's a great event that's growing bigger and bigger each year. Of course, the big news is the Hurricane Florence, which is rumbling towards the Carolinas, so that may impede some of the events. Hopefully not, but we'll keep an eye on that and let you know what happens there later in the week. Okay, so I did an interview today with David Meachem. He's the interim president of the Greater Statesville Chamber of Commerce as he fills the position that David Bradley vacated. He's will be the interim until they pick a permanent person for that position. He talks a little bit about what he's seen from the inside looking at the chamber, and now as he prepares to hand it off to whoever is coming in as the permanent position. So let's listen to David Meachem. Hello everybody, I'm right here at the Chamber of Commerce in beautiful downtown Statesville. I'm with none other than David Meachem. David, how you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you?
And David, if you're not aware, he is the interim president of the Greater Statesville Chamber of Commerce, and you've been on this job about 6 weeks.
About 6 weeks.
About 6 weeks. So first of all, I want to congratulate you on being appointed to the Mitchell Community College Board of Trustees.
Thank you very much. It was an honor. It really was.
And that means as a retiree, you're pretty busy.
Well, I think you get bored sometimes, with the little things of cleaning the house and working in the yard and things. And I've always been active. I grew up in an environment where service was the debt you pay for the space you occupy.
Right.
And there's some need out here, and I feel like I have still some energy and some resources that I can contribute to and help make it better. But only it's just working with someone and inspiring someone, like many people did me from this community, as a matter of fact.
Right. So your desire, this kind of doing these type of jobs is really your desire to serve the community.
Yes. So this community has been great for me and my family. I stayed here almost 30 years now, not because I really had to. It was because I desired to. There's some great people here.
Right.
That is doing some great things. It's just sometimes they don't ask nor seek recognition.
Right.
And so it's a lot of good people here, and I love it.
Before we started this interview, you and I sat down, went over some questions, and I asked you. You've served as chairman of the board here before, and also you talked about now that you're working as interim president. What have you learned about the business community from this job?
It's awesome, man. I see so many people working together, and then not only are they running their businesses and busy as a one-armed paper hanger, they are also volunteering and coming into this chamber and other organizations and giving of their time and expertise away from their family and their other responsibilities to make this community better. And I had a grasp, but not a significant grasp as I do now. Of the commitment that people are seeing. And we have some great businesses, startup companies. I'm seeing what's happening downtown. I'm seeing what's happening around us as we recruit businesses. And our whole environment here is changing from the interstates to the inner circles. I see that we are moving forward. Probably not as fast as some people would like, but a steady course that will help ensure that we transition better, careful. Yeah, you've seen other cities developing. They do real fast mode of it, and then you find out you got infrastructure issues, transportation problems, roads, all kinds of things like that. So you have to plan and properly plan and get the resources. And I guess unfortunately, that takes time.
Well, I think that's one of the things. You look at the southern end of the county, and there's this growth, and there's been more reluctance in some respect. We don't want to go too fast.
Right.
It's more, and the people want to go faster, and people want to say we want to be balanced. So I think that's the challenge.
Yeah. Controlled growth. It's like where do you put your different businesses and residential, and how do you bring that together to make it work best? Most cities now looking at residential and businesses kind of coexisting,
right?
Particularly in your inner city or downtown area. Right. And I see us moving toward it. I see more and more businesses operating. I see where the city is trying to develop housing downtown.
Right.
And again, anything new is going to be a challenge, and different doesn't mean deficient, but it means it scares me.
That's right, it scares me. So that leads me to the next question. Of course, there's a search going on right now for a new president of the chamber. So what is the timetable right now? We talked about some of the challenges. We're talking about the challenges that person will have and opportunities. But what is the timetable from what you're hearing right now?
Well, right now, the selection committee is working on that. We've had some interviews and brought some people in to talk to them. But in my opinion, and with the chamber's advisement, we're going to be careful about who we select, because this is a very integral position that's going to lead us. Right. Lead the board and lead this organization, the staff, toward the future. Mm-hmm. And in an ever-changing environment like we're involved in, I think you need the right combination of a person who can come in here and work within Statesville environment, because every community is a bit different. I mean, you have some similarities across the board, but you have some uniqueness, and Statesville is kind of unique.
It is kind of unique. So with that said, what kind of priorities do you think the chamber needs to put in place, and what skills and experience does that next president need to have to implement those priorities?
I think number one is leadership. Management is a function that can be learned, but leadership is something that is developed, and there's a certain, I believe, innateness about your ability to lead people. Mm-hmm. You manage things in budget, but you lead people. Right. And so that's going to be, in my opinion, which I'm not on the selection committee.
Right, I understand. You're an observer. You're
I'm doing my job.
That's right.
But I certainly will advise the board on things that I feel like are important, because, again, this is my community, whether I'm working at the chamber or just living over there on Colony Court. But I think that's going to be the main factor. And then the business. How do you interact with people? How can you get people motivated to serve and to contribute to an ideal that we have, that we want to make this community as best we can? And it takes a village. It's going to take a lot of businesses working together to make it work. It's competition. That's American. It's pie and baseball. Right. But it doesn't mean that we can't work together in areas where we can better serve the community as a whole.
Yeah, I think what you're saying too, you've been saying about the businesses that are here, the startups, the people that are established, they are having not only ownership in their own company, but ownership in the community.
Absolutely. We do things like beyond actual business, but it develops business. They say what goes on in the social world affects a person's livability, and that's true. It does. We have many things here. I think a lot of people don't even realize that we have great recreation, social opportunities, and then we have a connectivity with the Downtown Development Corporation, where we present things downtown that are very beneficial for the entire community. Right. Friday after 5 or something, Pumpkin Fest, Balloon Rally, all those things.
Harps and Harmony.
Yep, Harps and Harmony.
And now this week we're having the Full Bloom Film Festival.
At Film Festival. Now, whoever thought that we would have a film festival
right here in Statesville.
But the people go away and they learn different things, and they see different things, and they bring them back. Right. And I know the people who are behind the film festival, and they are wonderful people, and young people too, and that's encouraging.
I mean, I remember last year I met David Van Wee, who won one of the awards, and he came in. He still talks about Statesville. I keep in touch with him too. So let's move on to another subject. Big 2 words: workforce development.
Workforce development.
Talk about how important that is.
Oh man, the needs are out there. If you wanted to see the want ads for jobs from $15 an hour up to whether you're making over $100K a year, they're in that paper and they're local. The challenge is to get the workforce developed to meet those challenges. And I think our institutions, our colleges, Mitchell Community College, our schools, I've been involved in this more in the last 6 weeks than I have ever. And I see their attention to it, how they're changing, how they're seeking out to be more representative of the needs of the community than just the curriculum base that institutions impose on. Yeah, you got to do that. You got to meet those basics, but you also got to look out and see what's happening around us and tailor our institutions' curriculums to meet those needs.
Because I would say the speed at which we grow is so attached to workforce development.
Absolutely. When you go out and recruit people to come into Statesville, that's a major challenge. But if you can develop people that are here who just have to walk down the street or drive maybe 5 minutes, that's an easier sell, in my opinion, than it would be to recruit somebody who has to that's an expensive relocation and getting your family or whatever acclimated to the community. And that's a major decision. And there's a cost involved to that too.
Right.
So I think us developing workforce development curriculums to where we go out to business and industry, see what the needs are, and help anticipate what the future needs are going to be. Because not only do we have a challenge right now, but as businesses say want to expand, and most businesses at some point are going to make a decision: do I remain the same, or do I change and expand?
Right.
Do I want more customers / more resources, more revenue?
Right.
And I think the answer with most businesses would be yes. and it's our challenge as a community and as institutions. We got to help those businesses to make that transition, to make that bridge to where they want to go from where they are.
Okay. So if, in closing, if you want to give some advice to the new president coming in, what kind of advice would you give that person?
I would say, trust this community to help you to get to where you want to go. The challenge would be is how you develop that path to bring them in, to help the person who comes in get to where we need to go. And it's going to be challenging, but not impossible. I think the resources are here. I think it's just would be up to that individual to see if he can bring, or she. He or she.
That's why I didn't say him.
He
I
or
said
she.
He or she.
See, old school just keeps coming back.
Right.
He was plural at one
That's
time.
right.
Now
Right.
you got to be more specific.
That's right.
I'm learning.
You learn it. That's
Yeah.
right. At our age, we can still learn.
Yeah, absolutely. At 70, I mean, it's not impossible. It just takes you a little longer to learn, I think, but it's a challenge. Yeah, I think that if they would just reach out to the community and select a few of these folk who are willing. They don't want to waste their time. They're pretty matter of fact and pretty open about their opinions.
Right.
But deep in there, there's a wonderful resource of people who are committed with talent that want to serve in this community and will serve and give it more than you would think.
That's right. Speaking of serving, I want to thank you for all you've done in your with the housing authority and your community involvement and serving now in this position. And you're not stopped. You're not finished.
No. I'm a friend of mine says, "Wear out, don't rust out." So
Okay.
I get bored. I still got some energy and so lots of opinions, and then I have some help I can do from one end of the spectrum to the other. I don't have to be always in the board. I can pick up paper. I can do things like that. And I do.
So we know the chamber's in good hands until the next president is appointed, and thank you for doing that.
You're welcome, and thank you all for the
sir.
service you provide this
Yes, sir.
community.
Yes, sir.
So there you have it. Good interview with David Meachem, and I think we have the chambers in good hands while they prepare to hire somebody new for the Greater Statesville Chamber of Commerce. He talked about a lot of things that are very important to the growth of this community, including workforce development, which is key. And as he's on the Board of Trustees for Mitchell Community College, they play such an integral role in workforce development here in Iredell and Statesville. So Iredell County and Statesville. So there you have it. Go to svlfreenews.com and sign up for your email edition, which comes out every morning at 5 a.m. And we'll keep you up on the latest here in Statesville and Iredell County. So I hope everybody has a great week, and keep an eye on Florence, and hopefully you don't get too wet. So we'll see you on Wednesday.